Welcome everyone to HFN, HueFin News. Today is November the 16th, 2019, where we trade different. We give you all the new articles and we verify that what the news article is trying to insinuate, what they're writing about, if it's actually being seen on the price chart. We're going to do that today in the market for Ethereum. Okay, if you guys do not know, the market in Ethereum is planning on having a hard fork coming up real soon. And there's this article right here that is dictating that there are people who are considering that it's a good time to buy Ethereum right before the Instanbul Hardfork. Now, before we get started and looking into this article and the price chart, I always want to remind each and every one of you, if you appreciate this content, don't hesitate, hit that subscribe button, like the video, share the video, join us on our website, HueFinancial.com, if you want to get more of our price forecasts and any of the other pointed news that we're getting as of that particular moment. You definitely have to go to our website for that information, or you can follow us on Twitter and or Facebook. Okay, so now this article was posted to the internet on November 16th and is asking the question, maybe it is a good time to buy Ethereum right before the Instanbul Hardfork. Now, if you've been following this particular channel for a while, you understand that we are under the premise that the price chart is the truth, and it will always tell you the overall sentiment of all the market participants at that present time, and it tells you that the likelihood of where the price is going to go. So we need to make sure that if it is a good time to buy Ethereum, we should be able to see that being displayed on the price chart. Okay, so now the whole Ethereum community is getting prepared for the upcoming Instanbul Hardfork that is expected to take place next month around December 4th, 2019. Okay. Now, according to one analyst, Trader XO considers any drop in price in Ethereum as a buying opportunity for the Ethereum paired against the dollar pair. He has also mentioned that we shouldn't expect any macro bearish situation in the near future until the price closes below $150, which it has not been. So this is this individual's tweet right here on November 13, 2019, to where he just stated what I've read. And then you have another trader called Galaxy BTC. Now he wrote that this is the time of the year in which Ethereum and other cryptocurrencies in the space experience volatility on a mass scale. Now, this article written by Coinspace goes totally into left field. In the next couple of paragraphs, it talks about the separation between Bitcoin's dominance and Ethereum's dominance. I really don't understand why that is listed on this article, because it has nothing to do with Ethereum's price and the upcoming Instanbul Hardfork. So I think this is just like filler words to fill up the space in this article. But nevertheless, I highlighted that Bitcoin's dominance is currently 66%, while Ethereum has a 8.47% market dominance with a valuation about almost $20 billion. Now, then it pulls right back into the hard fork. The new Instanbul Hardfork will represent the latest upgrade to the transition of Ethereum 2.0. The last upgrade is going to be called, or the hard fork is going to be called Berlin upgrade after the Instanbul Hardfork. That will be the final stage to implement a new programmatic proof of work algorithm. Okay. Now, this new proof of work algorithm is trying to combat the advantage of ASIC miners on the network and try to give the GPU miners a small increase or gain a larger part of the mining community. Okay. Now, eventually, the goal is to move to a full proof of stake network in which there will be no miners but stakers. So seemingly it looks like proof of work is being less and less utilized. You're seeing more and more protocols, more cryptocurrency projects coming out that is being focused on proof of stake. Ethereum is one of those protocols that is trying to eventually transition into a proof of stake network. And you do have many others out there that are vying for that same type of protocol. Now, will it be successful? Only time will tell. But we need to see, prior to this hard fork that's going to occur around December the 4th, 2019, if the market in Ethereum is actually getting prepared for it. Okay, so this is the current state of the market in Ethereum. You can see that we have literally been consolidating in the market in Ethereum literally on a daily basis. Now let me give you an update on our last price forecast in the market in Ethereum. You can see right here that we did our video on October the 28th, and it is on our playlist. You can see that we were expecting the market in Ethereum to give us some weakness, but we wasn't expecting a massive movement lower in price, and that's precisely how the market has played out. We did say that we would TP the market at 180 or even around $176. So if you could have caught the market at a 180, you could have got about 1% profit in that particular move, or maybe around that 176 price level, which would have been about 2.81%. But overall, the market is really consolidated. And yes, you all may be looking at this price forecast and how the market has surpassed our resistance area, and you might have thought that we got stopped out, but we don't utilize stop losses. The chart that we place, the price targets that we place on our price charts is simply there for support and resistance areas. Okay, so now, considering that the market in Ethereum really consolidated, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of this. And if you could have caught some of that profit as the market trended into this price target area, then that's great. But if not, we just continue to move on and actually see whether or not it's a good time to buy Ethereum prior to the hard fork. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to look here on the weekly time frame first, and everyone understands and sees easily that $200 is resistance, maybe a little lower than that, 195 give or take, but we're still showing some indications of some weakness in the market in Ethereum, but it's not dramatic. So it is still looking prevalent that the market in Ethereum is not that weak. Take a look at Ethereum on the monthly price chart real quick. You can tell that the last couple of 2 months, we've just really been consolidating. We have seen some indications of weakness come through the market. The volume is not coming in, which is another indication that we're not seeing an inducement of a large seller or plenty of sellers coming to the market trying to sell out of their Ethereum token. So that is, again, is another positive thing to see in this space in Ethereum. So all in all, I'm still expecting this market in Ethereum to really consolidate from what it's been doing, but that trend in the market to the upside is definitely continuing, especially prior to the hard fork for Ethereum. So we're going to look for this particular cryptocurrency to continue its progressional movement higher. Okay, so let's go ahead and pinpoint where we expect the market in Ethereum to go. We're just building up enough calls, enough momentum to break past this $190 to $200 price level. Okay, but all in all, definitely I'm expecting this particular market to move higher. We already understand that our TP will be around $190. That's definitely where the market is inflicting some resistance and sell orders. But daily time frame, I'm not seeing that much weakness. Weekly time frame, I'm not seeing that much weakness. And the monthly time frame, I'm not seeing that much weakness. So again, the prospect is for the market in Ethereum to continue to show us strength and its prospects of moving higher. This is going to be our support area. Our support area around 170, but I can see the market holding support right there around $183. Okay, so keep all of those things in mind. This is our current price forecast in the market for Ethereum. Now all we have to do is sit back, let the market play out, and see precisely what the market is trying to do before this actual hard fork plays out. So questions, comments, as always, we appreciate it. Leave us one in regards to this Ethereum hard fork and your expectations into the market prior to this hard fork. What do you think is going to happen? Make sure you all maintain your profitability, and as always, I'll see you all on the next one.